guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Kyuujin cosplay, and today we are back again, guys, with Hunter x Hunter, episode 129.
Yes, last episode the king was revived.
Reborn, basically,
Reborn. Well, yeah, he never died, but it does feel like a rebirth. He is dealing with a bit of amnesia. Like, he remembers if you hint at stuff eventually, but, you know, there's a question of which order is he gonna remember things, you know, in which order is he gonna remember things?
Yeah, because that's gonna be a problem because...
Well, that could change him.
Shaia is coming back to the palace first.
Yeah, I don't think
to kill Komugi because he doesn't want the king to remember her.
He didn't find Komugi. He found Knuckle, who punched him.
True.
And they're not about to let him get close to Komugi, so there's that. And the king is like seconds away, although we could do a couple episodes in those seconds. Still, so yeah, the king is back, and because Shaia and Yuppie gave him their essence, their nen, basically. So there's like, they are chibis. There's almost nothing left of them.
So cute.
He loved it so much. Like he complimented them on how tasty their essence was.
Yeah.
That whole scene was a bit weird. It's also, I mean, it was also metaphorically beautiful. Kind of reminded them of nurturing a child, a mother's nurturing,
mother's touch. Yeah.
Yeah, and unconditional love, which is what they have for the king. That's in their nature and stuff. So it was beautiful, but it was also a bit funny. So I did laugh. But aside from that, like, that brought back the king, and like you said, he's on his way. Hopefully he gets to Komugi first and they can talk, and a good side of the king can come back because he's now more powerful than when he faced Netero.
Which means that, I don't think that we can kill him now.
I'm not sure. Like, I know Gon is powerful and all, and he could still have a few power-ups and a few episodes left in the show, but let's be real, it needs to be a really strong power-up for him to be able to kill the king. So I don't know how we deal with him. If we do get the power up and we do get rid of Meruem, it is gonna be a bit sad because, I mean, he's gotten easy to like. Yeah.
Well,
in any case, that's because of Komugi. That's not, you know, that's not on him, that's on Komugi. So.
Yeah.
So if we stay with them, we're probably gonna see the fight with Shaia because he's gonna try to get to Komugi before the king comes in. So.
Or maybe we're gonna go with Gon.
We could go with Gon, like the travel, because we know that Neferpitou still wants to get rid of him before something happens, so we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I said we jump in this episode, see what happens, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you want to know when these episodes come out, and check out our Patreon for the full reactions.
Let's go!
Let's go! Okay!
I haven't paid attention, but during the ending, they do show us a DNA thingy during the ending, right?
I don't know,
but it just made me think about the fact about Meruem's duality as a character, with his camera part and his human part.
He's got so
his
much.
camera mentality and his human mentality.
He's got so much still to learn. Like, they're saying that, you know, it looks like the way he sees things has changed completely. But then we talked about this in the fight. Well, I mean, at least the narrator talked about this in the fight. How it was already a part of him. Like, there's the chimera part and there's the human part in him. And both of them are not fighting, but coexisting together. And his idea of what he wants to do is changing because he's understanding his human part more and more every time he meets a human. Komugi started it, and then Netero furthered it, and I think now he's gained a new respect for humans. He understands that humans can be very strong, that they can be understood, that, you know, they're not just animals, like, they're not just mere creatures that he can rule over, but his understanding, you know, him being a chimera, his understanding is still that as king of the chimeras, he is meant to rule over the world.
All species, yeah.
Yeah, so he still sees...
Sorry, guys.
He still sees, like, the way he sees it is human... Like, before it was like, oh, humans don't mean shit. I'm better, I'm, you know, higher, and I am meant to rule over them, and they're just, you know, pebbles that I have to crush and stuff. Now he's saying that they are a stepping stone for him to evolve because he's understanding that without his human side, he would not be as multi-layered emotionally and mentally and stuff. So understanding the humans and, you know, the humans having to die so he can exist and evolve is important for him to become stronger. It's still not good. And that's the thing, like,
that's still a development on his part, but
it's better.
He still need to work on it.
It's better because now he understands humans.
They have more value to his eyes.
Yeah, they have more value, and he's open to dialogue, and, you know, he's actively searching for his heart, which in my opinion is Komugi. You know, and the fact that Komugi seems to be way more important than the Chimera side of him, who would usually stop at the army and be like, oh, that's great, that's my goal. Well, let's do this. He keeps searching for Komugi, which in my opinion is the emotional side of him, the human side of him. So there's still hope.
It does tell you something when he's seeing an army of human being under his control, because right now they're all hypnotized under Shaia's power.
But like the Chimera side of him would love this.
Yeah, but there's a part of him still thinking that there is something more to that.
Yeah, I know.
So
well, he's looking at the army and he's like, that's supposed to be his purpose, but now that he's got this connection with Komugi, his purpose might be different, and he wants to push further to look for her. Like, the army is not sufficient to fulfill him, which is great. But the thing is, he still has an understanding, like, but despite his memory loss, he still has an understanding of what his role as the King of Chimeras is supposed to be, which means that he looks down on humans. So even if Komugi speaks to him and connects to him, I'm interested in seeing how, because the more it goes and the more he remembers, and we talked about this last episode about how maybe seeing Komugi first would bring that side of him, and for that side to be stronger than the other one, and, you know, I mean, I think we're hoping deep down for the best happy ending ever, which would be for him to be like, I don't have to kill humans.
We won't have that.
No.
Because, honestly, I think that Komugi is really an exception for him, because he connected with her on an intellectual and deeper level, but
she's human.
For the other humans.
Yeah, but that's the thing. She's human. His love for Komugi needs to be transferred to humans in general, but you don't change that quickly. And since he still remembers, like, I was hoping for maybe a complete amnesia case where it would be like remembering Komugi first and then build on that and change his emotions towards humans thanks to that. But since this episode he said he still remembered what he's supposed to do as king, I'm like, fuck, okay. You can't change that understanding that quickly. Although he is on the path of questioning himself, I'm not sure that will happen as quickly as it should, considering how many episodes. Like, I mean, I know there's still a bunch, but I think there's another arc after this before the end.
Wasn't the series not finished already, no?
No, I don't know if the anime finishes, but I think there's a small arc after the Chimera. I'm not sure the anime ends on the Chimera arc, but I could be wrong. So, but in any case, that would mean...
I don't know. I didn't see it.
In any case, that would mean that, you know, some of these episodes are supposed to be about something else. So we need to deal with the king. At this point, I don't know if we can kill him. At this point, I don't know if we're going to jump in time and bypass a change of heart with him. I don't know if he will have a change of heart, if it's still possible, but I think deep down, considering we're starting to like him as a character instead, we like him as a character.
He's a complex character,
yeah.
All right.
And, I mean, I think he's one of the best villains in this show.
One of the best?
Yeah, with Krollo and probably being at the top with the Phantom Troop.
Yeah.
I think Meruem as a character and the villain, I think he's close. He's very close.
It is true that we didn't pass as much time with Krollo and the Phantom Troop.
I think Krollo being one of my faves, though.
Develop more of them, you know?
No, but I think Krollo being one of my faves is simply because of how epic the whole Phantom Troop was. Just his light moment.
He is an epic character, come on.
His light moment with the and
his
stuff, his requiem was just, I think that was like top 3 of my favorite moments in the show. So that's why he's hard to beat in my heart. But I think on a complexity level, Meruem is really cool and really good. And it's so fun to talk about him and to see it. Like, that's the thing. With the Phantom Troop, there was not much surprise as to how that ended. Like, they either were gonna die or they were not gonna die, but they were still gonna be a target, you know? So it was, they were either gonna lose or win the fight. With Meruem, it's so much more complex. Because it's not about winning or losing with him, he's too strong. So it's about, is he gonna change his mind?
Humanity,
yeah, it's about his humanity, it's about his understanding. So I want to see that reunion. I mean, I don't know what Killua is gonna do with Komugi. Komugi now, if she wakes up, she might want to go back to the palace. They might have to talk with her a little bit. But Killua needs to understand that there's a good reason. Like, there's a reason why Shaia wanted to kill her.
He knows that she's important to the king because she was being healed by Neferpitou.
Killua has already been wondering what has changed the king. Like, there's been instances where the king has acted a certain way, and he was like, why would he do this? And he was wondering if someone had done something or, you know, changed it. Well, you have her right there, and now he knows that the guards are trying, at least one of them is trying to kill her, so there's a reason why he wants to keep her away from the king.
There's something more behind it, yeah.
Like, I mean, he's so intelligent and so badass. Like, I mean, look at him this episode. He's so good. And you know what? This entire arc has been all over the place. As in, we haven't seen him actually go one-on-one with anyone for a while. He was just hitting here a little bit and then changing spots and hitting there and you know, for a sec.
Yeah.
But that means he's lightning. That's what happens, you know? Still, he was on top of the understanding that something was up at the palace. Even, like, his analyzing of the situation went deeper than what was actually happening at the palace for a sec. And he understood pretty easily, like, that Komugi might be just as important as Meruem, you know? Like, understanding that your enemy isn't one-layered and hell-bent on just instinct and revenge and stuff.
The situation might be more complex than you think it
Exactly.
is.
He understands that, which is something I love about Killua and something I love that the Chimeras don't understand, because, like, Shaia underestimates them completely. And that's what I've always loved in this arc. The Chimeras don't think highly of humans, so that's their mistakes. They never think that humans are going to be strong enough. They never think they're going to be intelligent enough.
Or that they might care about a possible enemy, right?
Or, I mean, the power that they can hold over their king is strong, considering, you know, Komugi has no power. She's not strong per se.
No, but I mean, Shaia thought that they would prefer to save Meruem's life over Komugi and just give her in exchange for his life. But like you said, they don't really care about Komugi, but they're still gonna try to protect her because they know that she's important. But they're not gonna just give her.
It's because as far as he knows,
as easily.
As far as he knows, the gang understands that Komugi is important to the king. Neferpitou was trying really hard to save her, so he thinks that because she's technically with the enemy, we're not gonna care. Like, we're gonna dispose of her if it means saving ourselves. But that's not what happens, because we have the
She's
capability.
important for the king.
No, but we also, one thing he doesn't have, we also have the capability, I mean, I say we, but I mean the gang has the capability of respecting the enemy, understanding stuff about the enemy, and not seeing them just as monsters. Because that's changed in the recent episodes. You know, Knuckle doesn't see them just as mindless beasts anymore. Even Yuppie had a moment of mutual respect with them, which was interesting. And the fact that, you know, even Meruem is like, oh, I mean, that's part of our growth, you know? We get to understand our emotions and we get to understand them, and that's part of how we become stronger. Shaia is not there. And Shaia doesn't allow himself to think about the humans like this.
Open mind to change.
He doesn't want to see the humans as anything but low-life creatures that are only sacrifices for his king. Because that goes against his instinct. And that's slowly destroying his king too. At least in the way that he wants him to be. So, whereas, you know, for us, yes, Komugi might spend time with, you know, chimeras, and she might be important to the king. That doesn't mean she's an enemy. That doesn't mean we don't understand that there are layers to her importance that that doesn't mean that we disregard her completely. She's still a young blind girl that's in the middle of this and doesn't understand what's happening.
She's not even aware that they are Chimera ants.
Exactly.
She thought that they were human, like the dearest leader.
Yeah, she doesn't get it, like, unfortunately, but understandably. So I think she needs to be told what's up. I don't know if they'll have time to say anything, but Killua is just on top of the situation at the moment, so he needs to understand that perhaps bringing back Komugi, yes, might put her in danger, but might also be helpful. Although coming back to the palace with Komugi, knowing that the king is coming, it might not be a good idea.
That put a bigger target on your back. Yeah.
Yeah. But still, in the meantime, it looks like we're gonna finally go and see what's up with Kite. So.
Oh man, I want to see what's gonna happen with them.
Same. So I don't know if we'll spend the next episode completely with Gon.
Please,
but
I want to see it.
But at the same time, like, I get it that we want to see Gon more right now, but like we need also to finish the situation over there.
Someday.
A little bit of both, perhaps. We'll see. In any case, that's it for this episode. Yeah, so if you want to see the next one right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't, the next one will be on YouTube next week, guys. So keep an eye on it. I'm gonna see you next time.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.